Welcome back to TPS. There are 8 teams in the AAF right now, but if the league booms and looks at expansion down the road, there are some markets that Charlie Ebersol and Bill Polian will want to keep an eye on. Of course, should the AAF hold down the fort, expansion could be at least a few years away. But there's good reason to believe that some cities, both domestic and international, would be able to support an AAF team. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we present 10 cities that need an AAF team and what their name should be. At TPS, we post videos every single day, so don't forget to click the subscribe button to subscribe. Then click the notification bell to be notified when we post a new video. Number 10, Milwaukee, the Moose. The state of Wisconsin is home to the Bucks, Brewers, and Green Bay Packers. Over the years, the Milwaukee region has really grown as a sports city, and athletes are beginning to realize just how great their fans are. Well, we think the city of Milwaukee has done more than enough to earn another sports franchise. There's no Packers for half the year, and there's no Brewer baseball for 6 months either. This city could use another sports team to support from February to September. The AAF should look to expand more in the North Central region, and Milwaukee is the perfect place to start. You just can't keep putting teams on the South and on the East and West coasts. Milwaukee's NBA team is called the Bucks. Why not have a little fun here and call their AAF team the Moose? It might sound cheesy to some, but the team name Moose sounds fierce. Plus, we're always down for a little alliteration. Number 9, Columbus, the Aviators. Cleveland and Cincinnati both have multiple sports teams, but Ohio's capital city with a metro population of over 2 million only has the Blue Jackets. There's no reason to believe that Columbus will land an NBA, MLB, or NFL team anytime soon, but the city has come to know and love its Blue Jackets a lot over the last decade. Wouldn't it be nice if Columbus residents had another sports team to support? The AAF ought to look at expanding to Columbus, especially when you consider that they'll surely get some love and support from the entire state of Ohio. This could really be a huge success. So why should they be called the Aviators? Simple, because of Columbus's rich history with the airplane industry. Wright brothers Orville and Wilbur, who many consider the builders of the first working aircraft, founded the Wright Company. One of their pilots, Philip Parmalee, made a successful flight from Dayton to Columbus. On top of that, many of the American aviators who served in World War I came from Columbus as well. And finally, Geraldine Fredericks Mock, the first woman to fly around the globe on her own, departed from Columbus on her historic journey. Why not pay tribute to the airplane pioneers and aviators who were proud Columbus residents? Number 8, Louisville, the Colonels. When it comes to discussing places that deserve another NFL team, Louisville is usually one of the first cities that get brought up. And why not? The city is gaga for its college football and basketball teams, and the metro population is over 1 million. No doubt Louisville could hold a football team, while the AAF would be wise to beat the NFL and all other sports leagues to the punch by giving Louisville its own football team. And of course, there's plenty of good reason for them to use the name the Colonels. Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, moved to Louisville and found work before he started up his world-famous fast food chain. He also passed away in Louisville in 1980, forever associating the Colonel with the city. Also, the Kentucky Colonels played in the American Basketball Association from 1967 to 76. The Louisville Colonels were a baseball team that played from 1882 to 1899. And the residents in the state know that Kentucky Colonel is an honorific title presented by the Commonwealth of Kentucky. So yeah, Louisville is kind of the perfect nickname for a Louisville AAF team here. Number 7, Toronto, the Hogs. There have been talks about the NFL expanding outside the United States. If the AAF continues to grow, they'll want to look at adding an international team as well. And the league just might beat the NFL to the punch. The city of Toronto would be the primary candidate to become the first non-American AAF franchise. After all, the city is close to some of America's biggest cities, including Detroit, Chicago, Boston, and New York. Travel will not be a problem here compared to if the NFL were to expand to London or other areas overseas. Toronto is also one of the biggest sports cities in North America. Just look at the We the North movement started by Raptors fans. Generating interest for a football team within the province of Ontario would not be a problem. The name the Hogs would be the ideal name for an AAF club in Toronto too. One of the city's iconic nicknames is Hogtown because of the city's long history in breeding livestock. From 1854 to 1927, the William Davies Company was a world leader in processing pork and packaging meat. Number 6, London, the Royals. Though the NFL seems humble, on one day bringing a team to London, everybody knows it's some years away. If it were to happen, we're probably looking at an absolute minimum of 5 years, but likely something closer to 10, 15, or 20 years away. Here's a chance for the AAF to expand and grow its product internationally by awarding the City of London a team before the NFL can. And seeing how popular the NFL games are overseas, the AAF wouldn't need to worry about growing interest for the game overseas. Now, if you're going to give London an AAF team, the club simply has to come up with a simple nickname that also relates to the historic city. We love the name the Royals for obvious reasons. Why? The royal family, of course. Queen Elizabeth II is one of the most prominent and influential figures in history. Wouldn't it be nice for a sports team to pay homage to the Queen by naming themselves the Royals? The possibilities for London team names are endless, but nothing beats the Royals. We associate the city with the royal family. This is simply the perfect team name for a London-based football team. Number 5, Brooklyn Bridges. Well, the XFL awarded New York a team, but the AAF hasn't given one to the state yet. Obviously, if expansion ever comes around in the AAF, they simply have to give the New York market a football team. Not sure if the Manhattan area would be interested in an AAF team, and Buffalo already has the Bills, but it certainly makes sense to give Brooklyn an AAF club. Again, New York is too big of a market for the AAF to ignore. Brooklyn is doing a fine job supporting the Nets, plus the New York Islanders have more support than ever before. Now's the time for the AAF to capitalize on the sporting boom in Brooklyn. Sorry if you think the team name suggestions are lame, but Brooklyn Bridges has a nice ring to it. Of course, the Brooklyn Bridge is what we associate with the city. If the AAF wants to compete with both the NFL and XFL, it's crucial that they find a city in New York that can support a football team. Brooklyn doesn't have either. Their fans are probably tired of the extremely long drives to Buffalo and East Rutherford to watch the Bills, Giants, and Jets. Number 4, Oklahoma City, the Cobras. The NBA took a risk in moving the beloved Supersonics to a much smaller market in Oklahoma City. But boy, oh boy, have the Thunder been quite a success since relocating. Oklahoma City isn't getting an NFL, NHL, or MLB team anytime soon, if ever at all. Too bad, because judging by the passionate Thunders fans, the city could easily host another professional sports team. Oklahoma, one of the rowdiest college football states, would surely love an AAF team. And hey, Cobras is a team name that no sports club could ever go wrong with. It's strong, firm, and intimidating. Number 3, Mexico City, the Aztecs. The NFL is trying to grow its popularity in Mexico City by having the city host a game every year. If they were to expand internationally, you know Mexico City would be one of the first cities to get a team. Well, what if the AAF wants to expand outside of the United States first? They might want to get talking with Mexico City officials. You could easily fit a football team there. When it comes to discussing team names for a Mexico City-based team, Aztecs comes to mind, and for good reason. The Aztecs were a tribe whom historians believe came from the northern part of Mexico. The Aztecs rose to power in the 1300s. In 1520, the Aztecs were successful in fighting off a Spanish army that tried conquering their region. The Aztecs built up Mexico City and defended it with pride. Why not pay respect to them all these centuries later by naming an AAF team after the Aztecs? Number 2, Oakland, the Shipyards. You really feel for the passionate and loyal Oakland Raiders fans who were betrayed by owner Mark Davis in his decision to relocate the team to Las Vegas. These incredible fans are going to be without a football team, and the AAF has the chance to ease their pain here. Even if the Raiders are gone, you know that the love of football will never leave the city of Oakland. The AAF has to play the sentimental card and bring the game back to Oakland. Just think about how rowdy this AAF fan base could be. The Oakland Alameda County Coliseum isn't exactly the greatest football stadium in the world, but it would be serviceable enough to support an AAF team. As for a team name, why not the Shipyards? Here's a history lesson for you kids. The city of Oakland began to boom after the 1906 San Francisco earthquake. Many affected by the disaster moved to Oakland, and many of them found work in the shipyards. And by the way, the Kaiser Permanente organization was heavily involved in the building of ships on the West Coast in the late 1930s and early 40s. We always have a soft spot for team names that relate to a city or state's history. For Oakland, there is no finer option than the Shipyards. Number 1, Austin, the Rattlesnakes. Dallas and Houston both have NFL teams, and they'll have XFL teams for 2020 as well. San Antonio has its AAF team, but the city of Austin still doesn't have a professional sports team. They say everything is bigger in Texas. Expanding the AAF means getting bigger. So why not look at the capital of Texas? Makes sense? Good. The metro population of Austin is approximately 2.115 million. The state of Texas has one of the greatest football followings. You know this city would be able to support an AAF team. And a rivalry with the San Antonio Commandeers would be great for business. With that, we like the team named the Rattlesnakes for Austin. And no, it's not because WWE legend Stone Cold Steve Austin is nicknamed the Texas Rattlesnake. It's because the name is A, intimidating, and B, really cool. Oh, and also C relates to the city. Austin is known for being home to countless venomous snakes. And hey, why not make Stone Cold Steve Austin the official mascot of the Austin Rattlesnakes? We think WWE fans would be up for that. What say you? Which other cities deserve an AAF team? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.